Thank you, Lord, for everything, all the unseen things.
Today I want to talk about gratitude. And if you haven't gotten started with your gratitude journal just yet, then start today. And I'm going to go over exactly what I do and how I go about doing my gratitude. And it's very, very simple to get started. Like, it's not anything complicated or anything like that. You don't even have to have a journal to get started. You can get started with a piece of paper, turn that into like a little mini journal. But I will say that I've currently graduated to this. This is a decent size, spiral notebook. But I originally started with something like this, something small, not too big. So you don't really have to go out and like buy anything fancy or anything like that. God doesn't care about that. So the main point is to get started. And I started off with a small journal, but I have graduated to a larger size journal because I have a lot to be thankful and grateful for and have a lot to talk about. And so, like, to me, growing up, I feel like everybody had like a little diary, a little journal. Now that I am an adult, I have a gratitude journal. And to me, like, that's kind of like, when we were kids, we were writing our journal. But now I'm just writing, to God, like, hey, thank you for this, thank you for that. I'm going to show you exactly how I structure my journal. Just so, you can kind of get an idea. You don't have to do, this. This is, what's been convenient for me. It works for me. I've been doing this now going on 2 years. And like I said, it has completely shifted and changed my perspective on so many things. It has given me a new appreciation for life. More so, it has given me an even better and greater appreciation for God. God really has been showing up and showing out in my life, especially this year, as well as last year too. And I've been excited just to like write about it, just to, just tell him thank you. Like, even though, he did it, he was there. But, let him know that I appreciate him. I'm grateful, and I'm just, so thankful, and I'm excited, to see what else, God continues to keep amazing me in all that he does. So I'm just, overly excited to share with you all because God is out here, blessing people left and right, and every day is a blessing. I say that every day really truly is a blessing because God did not have to wake us up today. And that is actually like one of my number one of my top gratitudes that I always write. Just letting God know that I am grateful for him, allowing me to see another day, my family, my friends, different things of that nature. Because like I said, nobody knows when our last breath will be. Only God does. And so every day that you're able to open your eyes and you're able to breathe and you're alive, you're well, that is something to be grateful and thankful about. You know, People take that for granted. A lot of us take a lot of things for granted. And doing this gratitude journal allows you to have more appreciation for the smaller things in life. And, when you start thanking God for the smaller things, He can start blessing you in bigger things in a larger way. And I have seen that happen time and time and time again for me since I've been doing my gratitude journals. And that's why I'm so excited to share with you all, like, to get started. Let God know that you appreciate him. You thank him for, the little things. Some things are little to others and some things are, are bigger to others. It just depends on the person, but it doesn't matter at the end of the day because it's between you and God. So I'm just going to share with you all my setup. This one is from August of this year. So I typically will just start with the date and then I will just write my top 5 that I'm grateful for the day. And then from there, these are some scriptures that either I do my daily bread. I read a couple of Bible verses, just different things of that nature, or scriptures that may have hit my spirit or that I may have come across on social media. So I write them down. And then here is where I kind of just go in depth and I talk about, a little bit about these, or I may talk about something else that I'm grateful and thankful for that I haven't mentioned up here. That's it. That's what one gratitude page looks like. And then I will use the back page for another day. So it's really just a page a day for me in this journal. And like I said, you can do this size, you can do this size. I have journals. I have so many journals because I'm always writing. I've probably used maybe 3 or 4 journals so far this year. This journal is gonna close me out for the year. There's just so many different size journals you can use. So it doesn't really matter. And if you don't have a journal, that is okay. Like I said, you can get started with a piece of paper. It does not have to be anything fancy because that's not important. Like I said, Dollar Tree, Dollar General, they have journals that you can buy. I've purchased like a small little journal from Dollar Tree a while back, so they do have that. And but if you don't have a journal, that is okay. You have a piece of paper. I'm pretty sure everybody has a piece of paper, print paper, line paper, graph paper, any type of paper will get you started. So it's really more so about pausing for a moment and just taking time to reflect on your day and then thinking through, maybe it's something that God saved you from, you know, maybe it's something that, God kept you from, protected you from. Maybe it's something that God just waking you up, maybe it's something that didn't, necessarily happen to you, but it happened to somebody in your family. Your God saved, your dog, one of your pets, or God saved, your brother, your sister, your cousin, your aunt from something. You just got word that there was a bad accident, but because your cousin was late getting to work, that spared, your cousin's life. It could be something, as simple as that. It doesn't necessarily have to be you per se. It could just be something that you're grateful and thankful for. That in itself is just letting God know that, you see what God is doing, the miracles, the different things of that nature, and you just want him to know that you appreciate him, because that goes a very, very long way. Like I said, it can start with the small ones, letting him know that you appreciate, like I said, the little things. It's the little things that count and that matter the most. And God sees you being grateful and thankful with the little things. Best believe he will multiply that, and they will become bigger things that you will be grateful and thankful for sure. So I just want you all to get started if you have not gotten started. And I know that once you get started, like, you will start to enjoy spending that quality time with God and gratituding and just thanking God for what he's done, what he's getting ready to do. Because God is always out here showing up and showing out. Miracles happen every day, and I can testify to several miracles that God has done for me in my life just just over the past few days. So I will eventually get around to diving into actual real testimonies, my own personal testimonies, different things of that nature. But I just wanted to at least put a video out on how easy it is to get started. God wants that, quality time and to have, a personal relationship with you. And this is the perfect way to get that started and going, because it's something so simple as, like I said, just writing, a few things. It doesn't have to be 5, doesn't have to be 3. You can start with one thing and just let God know, like, hey, I appreciate you for, looking out for me that day. Or, even if you decide you want to reflect on your week and just start writing down different things that you're grateful for, it's a start. You got to start somewhere. So as long as you get started, that's all that matters. So I thank you once again. May God bless and keep y'all. And I will be back again to remind y'all to get started midweek, and next Saturday I probably will go ahead and share a testimony that I've written in one of my gratitude journals. So look out for that, and may God continue to bless and keep y'all in all that y'all do.
Thank you, Lord, for everything. All the unseen things. Yeah, I'm so grateful.